Hello guys, we're back again here Wednesday, and it's been a while since we did a video, but we have last video I did was together with my good man Burak from Trading Channels. Check it out. A lot of his stuff has been dead on. So yeah, check that out if you haven't already seen it. And yeah, midweek we have to be looking at uranium. Where are we in time? Nothing much has happened for the past 3 weeks, basically, for uranium. It has been a bit of a stalemate. So let's see where we are in time. And yeah, let's see where we are, really. We will be looking at the daily again for the URNM. As I mentioned, the past 3 weeks, nothing has happened. We had that breakout retesting, and now we're just doing some sideways stuff here again. You could argue that we have some short-term inverted head and shoulders, but again, at the top, I will not put that much detail into it, to be honest. As long as we hold the green up, the yellow uptrend here, it's all fine. And again, I do firmly believe that this is the wave 3 up in a big bull market. Again, we could touch the all-time highs and then break down and then have a need for a recharge. That wouldn't surprise me at all either. So yeah, again, 3 weeks of nothingness, sideways action. It is what it is. URNJ here, again, looking quite decently. We have the highs here from the IPO, and we're basically holding it here. You can see the retesting into the orange, and we're still in that green uptrend. So from that point on, you just sit tight again. I expect if we bounce here that we will visit the high of the green channel at some point in time. Again, if we hold, that is the case. XLE against SPX. I will go to the weekly. And we are actually at the neckline right now. Let's see what happens. Again, this looks like a major topping pattern. It really does, meaning SPX will outperform the energy sector. Again, uranium is related to the energy sector, so that's not ideal for us. But let's see. One positive thing is that we haven't had a retest of that. So maybe we can go all the way up to here, again, to do the retesting of the orange, and then we have a double resistance at that point. But again, let's see what happens. This definitely looks like it's topping out. In order to negate it, we want to break above these two bad boys, and then it looks quite good. But for now, you have to see it as it is. We do have a daily doji here at the neckline, so we could see that bounce coming off for the next few days. Let's see. XLE against URNM. I have removed some stuff here. Again, we are at this pivot low here, and that's where we're getting a tiny bounce here. Let's see what happens. Again, XLE is underperforming URNM, or URNM is outperforming the XLE, which is nice to see. But do note that we have some sort of squeezing happening here. Again, if we bounce here, we could go all the way up to that pivot low for a lower high, and then we roll over again. That wouldn't surprise me at all, to be honest. So yeah, URNM against the spot price. Again, I really want to start to see some momentum very soon, where we start to blast higher, moves like this. We have taken out the golden, which is nice, and now we're just flagging straight above that trend line. So ideally, we want to break to the upside. We have a big blue resistance that I have added, and that will come into play here if we break up there. So we have two stages now. We want to break that blue bull flag to the upside, and then we want to break that one. If that happens, then we will gain a lot of fresh air to the upside, and that's when things will really move. But for now, we have to wait, as we have done for the past, 4 months here in this major bull flag. So hopefully it resolves to the upside. Hopefully. URNM against overall commodities, nothing new. We are still in the yellow wedge to the upside right here. I expect a breakdown at some point in time. But for now, it's in an uptrend. And upon a break, you should sell this ratio if that is what you want to do. Again, I firmly believe that we will hit the all-time highs here from September 2021. But again, I would be surprised if we do it in the wedge here. That would really surprise me. I do think that we need some sort of detour before we can hit those highs. I do think that we want to find a higher low, at some point, and then we go higher. So we have the higher highs and higher lows. Uranium against Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks, for now, a better place to be. It is as clear as day. Bitcoin has been performing very well. I do think that Bitcoin is topping out. Again, it's difficult to say. It has surprised me still. But again, we will have some sort of retesting here at some point in time. This is a big trend line that we are breaking. And very, very often you get that retest. And that's when you will have the big moment in time. If that happens, do we roll over or do we come back in and then do the outperformance to the upside? But definitely Bitcoin is in the driving seat against uranium miners. Uranium miners, the URNM against the NASDAQ, which is quite bullish, I will have to say. Again, we are fighting. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of that level. And we had the breakout and we're in a bullish pennant. Very constructive. Again, it's not 100%, but these setups here will have like 70-80% chance of resolving to the upside, and therefore we will break that all-time high and we will have URNM outperforming the NASDAQ. And I think if that happens, I do think that the URNM ratio against Bitcoin will reverse to the upside again. The retesting will fail and we will go higher because the NASDAQ tech and Bitcoin is so very much correlated to each other. URNM against SPY, same thing again here. Big, lovely break, as you know, beautiful, all the way up to the all-time highs from 2021. Same thing, bull pennant straight below. Hopefully we hold and we break in a clear cut. Let's see. 2 nasty days, I will say, for the past 2 days, but hopefully we get to the upside, or we might need a detour. But overall, we have a beautiful setup here, and I do think that yes, we are going higher in 2024. Uranium spot price against gold. Again, surprisingly, we aren't going down at the moment. Again, I said it like 10 times in the past. We are going to see a retest. It just depends on how high we go, but we ought to see a retest of that line. I would be very, very surprised if not. At some point in time, you will see that retest, in my view. It just depends on how we go there. Hopefully, the sooner the better, right? Because I do think that gold and silver is on the verge of a big run, even though we had that big scare, as I posted on Twitter, by the way, for gold. We had this big pump Monday, and yeah, it just came right back down to 2K. But I do think that when the short stuff here gets cooled off a bit, we should go higher again. Again, I say we should go higher. For gold and silver, again, nothing is 100%, but I do think that we will have this big scare, as I mentioned, and we will go down to the 2K level. We're currently at 2020, give or take, and momentum has faded out. So let's see for the remaining 2 trading days and into next week what happens to gold. But that's a different video, which I will do straight after this one. So yeah, again, nothing has happened for the past 3 weeks for uranium. Some miners looking very good. Mega Uranium has broken out. Check that one out. Encore is looking fantastic. I think it's Lightbridge that is also breaking out of a big pennant above a big support. Very nice. And then there is a few others as well that looks quite decent. The only reasoning that the ETFs, URNM, is not moving higher for now is because Cameco and Sprott and Kazatomprom is stalling out here a bit, and they have a big weighting in the ETFs, so that is the reasoning why. So if you have like a small cap like Mega breaking out big time, it will not move the URNM by any means. So that's it, guys. Do your thing. Subscribe, like, comment if you have any questions or any disagreement or agreements. It doesn't matter. Let's see what questions you can find. Have a great one, guys. We will see you in the next one, which will be gold and silver commodities. So yeah.